Hey, what's up, Cardmunity? Welcome back or welcome to my video. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe and share your love with the Cardmunity and become a member of our lovely group over here. So today, sorry, things in my eyes. So today we are going to be trying out some stick foundations. Over the last couple weeks, I've been gathering some of them up because I've been interested to do kind of a side-by-side comparing a high-end stick foundation to a drugstore version of a similar kind of type of stick foundation to see if there's a difference. So it's going to be a little bit of a mini series. So today I'm going in with the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation and the Makeup Revolution Foundation, which from the little bit of research that I've done, I believe they are both more oil-based foundations. So we're going to do drugstore on this side and high-end on this side. Other than the foundations, we're going to use everything else the same. That was really poor English. I'm sorry, I'm having a minute. But I've already done my eyes. I've prepped using the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I don't know if that was a good thing. I wasn't quite sure through doing my research what kind of primer would be considered an oil-based primer. I think this one is more of, after putting it on, it seemed more silicone-y to me, just in kind of how it felt. But from what I dug up, it seemed to be that the only ones you really didn't want to mix were like a water-based primer with silicone or oil, or the other way around, a silicone primer with water, because it causes things to separate. So I think it should be okay. So we'll see. If not, please tell me in the comments below if I did that wrong. I'm sorry. I think I have a cat hair in my eye. And just so you guys know, the palette I used for my eyes today was the Glitter Storm Ciate palette. Oh, look at that fall. Wow. It's okay. I found it's a little bit dusty, but it also seemed to be much more dusty on one eye than the other. But as you can see, there's quite a good chunk of fallout, especially with this shade. So she was real chalky. I used this one as the base color, and then I used this color here as the crease, and then I put this one also in the crease to darken it up. So there is quite a bit of kickback. The most was probably that peachy shade. But overall, it looks not bad. I didn't want anything too outrageous, so she's pretty basic. Okay, so let's do it. So like I said, I've already primed my face. I did moisturize and cleanse as well this morning, so we are all set. I'm gonna do kind of a quick swipe of each and blend it out with the brush, and then do another swipe and blend it out with a sponge to see which one works better and to see if there's a difference. So we'll start with Makeup Revolution. So we'll do, let's do her up here, and we'll do another one right here just to see which one we wanted. Okay, so we'll do, let's do this one because it's bigger. She's kind of sitting on top of the skin. Again, that could be a primer issue. Let's see if that happens with this guy. It's still kind of happening. I guess not to the same degree. Okay, here's my thought. The brush definitely put it on better than the sponge, but the sponge evened it out. So I think what I'm going to do for this side is I'm going to use both. So let's continue with that. and that's the consistency. So I don't know, she's nice and like creamy. It just says it's the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation, and I am in the shade F4. So that's me. I had originally had this idea because I initially only had one stick foundation that I really did not care for whatsoever, which I will be testing and reviewing again for you guys to show you. But I have the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 foundation, and I just found that it didn't really matter what I used with it. It would always be quite rough. Like it would kind of peel off my face, and it would just sit on top of everything, and it just didn't look very nice. And also, for whatever reason, it's really scratchy. So I was like, is this like a stick foundation thing, or is this just this one? So that's kind of what sparked it, and now here we are. Okay, so this is Makeup Revolution. I had worn this last week, and I was at like a craft fair, and this guy with like natural products had been showing me some of his stuff, and then he was like, and again, I don't wear makeup really that often, but he had said like, oh, maybe one day you'll get to a place where you don't need to wear foundation and stuff. And I'm like, you're not supposed to see it. So I was a little disheartened because, like I said, I typically don't use not foundation, but like makeup in general that often. And then the one day that week that I had worn it, a gentleman clearly pointed out that it was quite evident that I was wearing it. And I was like, thank you. It's really nice. So that was annoying. But as of right now, it's looking pretty nice. I'd say it looks fairly natural. Let's see if we can zoom in there. I think it just looks hydrated, and my forehead is just, you know, fine. So let's continue with the Tarte side and see how that works out. Okay, so with the Tarte one, it comes in this brown packaging. It's got this fancy feature on the top. It looks like a rock, or like wood, I guess. And I am in the shade Fairlight Neutral. So that is me. And I'm hoping it's the same color. They look a little bit different. It's Makeup Revolution. This one is Tarte. On camera, they look more or less the same. I find that in person, the Tarte ones, well, no, you can kind of tell it's a little more yellow. So I'm hoping on my face they look the same. We'll see. Let's do one up there. Let's do one up there. Okay. It's kind of just sitting on top of my skin, which is not my favorite. This one definitely looks better with a sponge. So, let me zoom in to my forehead. Like, it's very natural and it's fine and it looks nice, but if we come down here, do you see how it's like, it's just kind of sitting there? So, for the purpose of this video, we're going to continue this side with the sponge. Okay, so that's one application of each. I think on this side I'm going to go in again, just because I don't know if it's really showing. I guess it is a little, but this Makeup Revolution one definitely had a little bit better coverage because there's still some redness peeking through. Whereas this side, it doesn't appear to be as red. So it's not really covering much. It feels very nice and it looks very natural, but in terms of an actual like base, it's not really doing a whole lot for me. So let's do that one more time. I don't know, it's not really covering anything. I don't know why I thought that would do something. Okay, well, I don't know. They don't look any different on here, or even on here they look about the same. They feel different. The one on this side feels, does it? I don't know, this side's smoother for sure. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Okay, well, let's go in and set them for now. Let's use this guy. And I'm going in with my Nude by Nature. You can't see it because it's real dirty. But I'm using Nude by Nature powder, just their translucent powder, on a big old fluffy brush. Well, that's that. I'm going to go ahead and finish off my face, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. I can also let you know what I end up using. But yeah, the rest of the makeup's all going to be the same on both sides, and I'll kind of see if there's a difference in how it applies. I don't think it should, but with the powder, just judging by my forehead, Tarte is reacting to it a little bit better. It seems to be sticking a little bit more to Makeup Revolution. But it doesn't seem too bad on the rest of my face. Maybe on my nose too. You can tell it's already separating, which is really nice. Let me show you. Like, do you see that? How it's like flaking? Or is it's not really doing it all that bad on the other side, but on the Makeup Revolution side, yes it is. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna finish off my face and then check back in, and then I'll check in with you guys again in a few hours. It is currently noon, 10 after 12. So maybe at like the 3-hour mark, and then again at like the 6-hour mark. That's what we shall do. So I'll see you in a minute with the final face, and we will go from there. Hey guys, so I've put on the rest of my face. I don't have anything on my lips. My lips are really dry, so I'm just kind of giving them a break. But under my eyes, I had gone in with the Lasting Finish 25-hour breathable concealer from Rimmel. for my under eyes. It's not bad, it's quite light, and it does say that it's lightweight, so it looks good here, but in real life you're still kind of seeing the glow peek through of the struggle that is my under eyes. For the other products I used on my face, I used my typical Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer as my contour shade. And then for my cheeks, I went in with this cotton blush that I had gotten at Miniso. I really enjoy it. It's in the color Vintage Robe. And then for my highlight, I went in with Heaven's Hue highlighter from Stila. And actually, it's like one of those like cream to powder. It's a lot, but if I went in with the butt of my beauty blender and tapped it out, and it's much more natural now versus like the craziness that it was 2 seconds before that. So those are the products I used. I did go back in on this side and dabbed a little extra product on top of those imperfections and tried to blend it out with a fluffier brush to see if that would help. It did and it didn't make a huge difference. I will do some research and see if it claims to be like a medium to high coverage, because it's not. It's quite a light. It's probably light to medium. The Makeup Revolution one, I have to double check. They have better coverage, but it's also separating much quicker. Like I showed you my nose before, and like my lovely upper lip. It's just also like just not, I don't know, like it looks kind of cakey, whereas the Tarte one does not. So everywhere else on this side of my face is okay, but this whole kind of area over here and my nose are a struggle, whereas on the Tarte side, oh my goodness, on the Tarte side I don't have any of those issues. Like it looks just nice and natural, but it is less coverage. It also feels more natural on the Tarte side. This side still feels quite makeup-y, like you can feel that there's product there, whereas on this side you can't really. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll check in a few hours and let you guys know, but right now, in terms of overall performance, I like how this one is looking more. So we'll see if that changes. So I'll check in with y'all in a flash. It is currently about 12:30 at this point. So I'll see you in a few hours. Hey guys, I'm back. So it's currently 5:40, so it's been about 5.5 hours since I first put on my makeup. Let's zoom you guys in. So I haven't taken like a too deep look at it. I have been wearing my glasses. I haven't removed them, so we'll see what it does, whether or not it rubs off here. For anyone who may be wearing glasses, I think it does because they kind of move. I have a bit of a cold, so I don't know if it's rubbed off. Hold on. I don't know. Currently, at first glance, they're looking about the same, but I don't know how much is actually left on my skin. So it's definitely on the Makeup Revolution side, it's definitely kind of stuck to this dry patch of skin over here. But you can see it kind of separating. I don't know, it's doing weird things. It's definitely more separated on my nose on this side than it is on this side. You can see it a little bit here. and I guess here. So let's try to fix this. It's kind of separated in here. It doesn't look too bad on the cheeks where I had used the bulk of my primer, but it still kind of looks like it's separating. Whereas on this side with the Tarte, it doesn't look like it did. Okay, so it definitely came off where my glasses were. So this is the Tarte side. That is the Makeup Revolution side. It just seems to have separated much, much more on the Makeup Revolution side than it did on the Tarte side. But like I said, I don't even know how much is still on there or if it's kind of just come off. So even here, like, you can see it separated on my forehead. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a wipe, I think. I'm not going anywhere for the rest of the day. I'm not doing anything. It's already been on here for, what did I say, 5.5 hours. I know some people will test it for like 12, but I can't do that today anyways. And to leave it on for another like 3 hours, like, I kind of just want to get comfy and finish up my day, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to take it off. I'm going to use my Lumen wipes that are alcohol free from Miniso. I don't think these are intended to be like makeup wipes. They're just wet wipes. But it'll still give us an idea of how much makeup is on it. Okay, so let's start right here on Makeup Revolution and just do a little bit of a swirl. Okay, so it's definitely still on there, although that honestly looks more like my powders because my makeup didn't seem to be that dark. Let's check the forehead because there was nothing else on the forehead. Yeah, so there's still, even though it didn't really look like there was much makeup left, apparently there was, which is good. But like I said, I have a lovely mess up here. As I had mentioned, it definitely looked nicer on the Tarte side than it did on the other side. Okay, well, I'll go more into depth with removal later, but that's kind of a quick wipe with that. Now let's use the Tarte one and see. Oh, that didn't work out very well. No, we need a full one. These wipes don't like to play nicely. Okay, there we go. So there's definitely much less from what it looks like. Let's go into the forehead. Yeah. So I already threw out the other one. There's nothing in there, so let me fish it out. So this was this side, and this was this side. Like, there's significantly less product, but I don't feel like I used less. So I don't know that this product didn't just kind of wipe away during the day. Or maybe it's just like adhering to my skin better. I don't know. He's quite torn now. But even there, like, you can see it's not very intense. Okay, I have wipes. Let's use an actual wipe intended specifically for makeup. So I'm using a Beauty Concepts makeup remover wipe. I got a giant pack of these at Marshall's a while ago, and I flippin' love them because they're great to travel, but right now they're great for this. Okay, so much larger. There's a lot happening out there. Okay, so that's the second swipe on Makeup Revolution. Let's grab another one. So again, same thing. New wipe. Yeah, there's like basically nothing. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Could it have been a primer issue? Yes, but using the primer that I used, the results were nicer collectively on the Tarte side. I appreciated the coverage of Makeup Revolution, but I did not appreciate the cakiness. Was it completely out of control? No. I think Tarte was like 39-ish, and Makeup Revolution was like 10 to 15. So, I mean, you're saving more than half of what you get for the Tarte one. And I'm pretty sure, just going by the containers, that you get more product, but it does look nicer. But let me know in the comments whether you know better or if you've used it before and you've heard things, whatever. If you've tried different primers and if they've worked better. So I'm gonna finish off cleaning my face here and aggressively rubbing it and making it all kinds of fun red colors. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I will be making 2 more segments with 4 different foundations, and if you're interested in something in particular beauty related, then let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.